Mega India Today exclusive news break. The first reaction from Ghulam Nabi Azad. Azad says he will go to Jammu and Kashmir, will form my own party. Azad confirms he's going to form his own party. He also goes on to say will not join the BJP. Ghulam Nabi Azad says he is not in touch with the BJP. Azad, speaking exclusively to India Today, says all parties respect me. That's a Mega India Today exclusive. Ghulam Nabi Azad, who has in fact set the political circles in Lutyens, Delhi and across the country, specifically also in Jammu and Kashmir, abuzz with his resignation news, now has spoken out and spoken exclusively to India Today. Ghulam Nabi Azad confirms that he is not in touch with the BJP. He will not join the BJP. He is going to form his own party and soon he will be headed to Jammu and Kashmir. He also, in fact, has said that all parties respect me. Ghulam Nabi Azad breaks his silence after sending out that 5-page resignation letter, making it public, his angst, his anguish, his disappointment within the Congress party after spending close to 50 years with the Congress party. Ghulam Nabi Azad stepped down this morning from the primary membership of the Congress party. He was considered to be extremely close to the top brass of the party, also to the Gandhi family. Today lashed out at Rahul Gandhi in his resignation letter, saying he is childish, he is immature, he is running the shots from behind closed doors. Mrs. Gandhi is only a nominal figurehead. It is Rahul Gandhi, or possibly worse, his secretaries and his PAs and his security guards, who are calling the shots within the Congress party, saying that the election process, which is to happen within the Congress party to eventually elect the party's president, is a complete farce and a complete sham. Lieutenants of the AICC at 24 Akbar Road, he says, are being forced to sign on the letters, which of course go in from the various parts of the districts and the booths of the Congress party to eventually of course land at 24 Akbar Road, to be then of course compiled in order to see who is emerging as a favourite. Ghulam Nabi Azad saying that the entire process is a farce and a shame. There is no election that's actually happening. It is being rigged, is the claim, is the allegation that is being levelled by Ghulam Nabi Azad. He says that it will be a puppet on a string who could possibly, in fact, someone considered close to be the Gandhi family, who could then eventually become the president of the party. Ghulam Nabi Azad, now speaking exclusively to India Today viewers, has said that he will not be joining the Bharatiya Janata Party. There was a lot of speculation. In fact, the Congress already was pointing fingers at Ghulam Nabi Azad, saying we know where he was headed. We know it all started with the Prime Minister's emotional tribute to Ghulam Nabi Azad as he retired from the Rajya Sabha early last year in February 2021. It was of course Ghulam Nabi Azad accepting the Padma Bhushan, which was awarded to him earlier this year as well, which of course set a lot of tongues wagging as to whether he was headed the BJP's way. Ghulam Nabi Azad there in an exclusive conversation with India Today, confirming he is not going to the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is not in touch with the BJP. Instead, he will be forming his own party in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, elections in Jammu and Kashmir are to happen in some months from now. The Delimitation Commission has already submitted its report, and it is now for the Election Commission to announce the dates for the elections. Already parties are preparing their ground for elections in Jammu and Kashmir, the much-awaited elections in Jammu and Kashmir, especially after the decision of the central government to abrogate Article 370 in the year 2019. Ghulam Nabi Azad now saying, I will be forming my own party. That is the word that he's given out to leaders who have been meeting him from the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, who've been meeting him this morning at his residence in Delhi. Now he has spoken exclusively to India Today and confirmed that he indeed will be forming his own party in Jammu and Kashmir. So he is likely to contest the elections under the banner of his own party. He in fact wrote in that letter as well, he alluded to the same in that letter that he shot off to the Congress president as well, that this indeed will be the direction he will be taking. Towards the final paras of that letter, he wrote, some of my other colleagues and I will now persevere to perpetuate the ideals for which we have dedicated our entire adult lives outside the formal fold of the Indian National Congress. So Ghulam Nabi Azad wants to return back to the politics of Jammu and Kashmir. My colleague Mosmi Singh is now joining me on the phone line. Mosmi spoke exclusively with Ghulam Nabi Azad. Mosmi, Ghulam Nabi Azad, they're confirming to you he will not be joining the BJP, instead floating his own outfit.
Absolutely, Ghulam Nabi Azad gave it away to us, Polemy, when he did not deny he would not be, in fact, starting a political outfit of his own. He did not even deny that he could side with the BJP. In fact, hitting out at his adversaries, that my adversaries have been wanting me to join the BJP, but it's not only the BJP. He has good relations with all political parties in Jammu and Kashmir. So there, Ghulam Nabi Azad, seemed to be, when I spoke to him, quite upbeat about the scenario that was unfolding post the resignation. And he also, Polemy, spoke to me about how, once you're driving on the road and you're just waiting for an accident to happen, and that was the situation with him and other leaders who had spoken against the state of affairs in the party, that in the past 3 years, every time he felt that there could be a collision, and that's one reason that he had to actually step up the entire his action plan, and go ahead and send his resignation to Sonia Gandhi. And though he did skirt around the issue as far as, attacking Rahul Gandhi is concerned, he did reiterate that he has got a very good relationship with the Gandhi family, but this was not about your personal scores. It was more about the existence of the political party that was once, elemental in the freedom movement.
Right. Mosmi, also, was it because of the decisions which were taken in terms of rejigging the J&K Congress unit that was taken very recently? Ghulam Nabi Azad didn't exactly have his favourites placed within the unit as he would have wanted. Was it that he felt upset that he, being such a popular face of the Congress party from this union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, he was not allowed to have much of a say?
Polemy, in fact, Ghulam Nabi Azad, the seasoned politician he is, never anticipated that his rebellion would pan out like this. He perhaps thought that he could actually, have a communication with the party high command and be actually the mediator between the dissenters and the Congress high command. Even after the G23, rebellion, the entire scenario that was unfolding. But it didn't go according to what Azad had imagined and anticipated. He thought that his rebellion would be taken in a positive note and would be taken as a suggestive move by certain experienced leaders, but that was not to be, and he consistently felt punished and penalized for that rebellion and been accused of being the leader of that rebellion. And that's one reason he said that I was removed from the post of the General Secretary just days after the G23 shot that letter. So he said the action of punishment started within days of me sending that letter. Despite Sonia Gandhi offering an olive branch, not much was done, and he continued to feel slighted. That's one reason that you see that when Azad has taken this step, he's absolutely clear that it is about political existence. He is going to, in fact, open a unit in Jammu and Kashmir. He is going to Jammu and he will be going to Kashmir. And let me tell you, Sandeep Dixit has already sent a letter of support. Anand Sharma is already miffed, and he could join Ghulam Nabi Azad as far as, the string of resignations from the party is concerned. That could be a possibility. Ghulam Nabi Azad, in fact, completely saying that it was always whether I was this way or that way, and often I was stuck in the middle. It was time to, in fact, clear out where I was standing.
Okay, so that is the big mega exclusive that Mosmi Singh, my colleague, is bringing to us right now. Viewers, Ghulam Nabi Azad has spoken to my colleague Mosmi. He has confirmed that he will be floating his own party in Jammu and Kashmir. He is not joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, though that was a long-standing speculation within political circles that whether Ghulam Nabi Azad would be headed the BJP way. He has now confirmed to Mosmi that he will not be joining the BJP. He, of course, enjoys the respect of all political parties and leaders across the political spectrum. but he will not be joining the BJP. He will be floating his own party. Mosmi, that is a big gamble to take at this point of time and at this stage in his life and career. At the age of 74, Ghulam Nabi Azad wants to kickstart his career one more time. Having spent half a century in the Congress, he now wants to go back to J&K politics.
Absolutely, that really spells a lot of trouble for the Congress party, Polemi, and this comes in the backdrop of Anand Sharma, visiting Himachal Pradesh and going to Shimla, which is his hometown, after he sent those string of resignations, which are still with Sonia Gandhi, and there is no news about whether it's accepted or rejected. So the entire rebellion that brewed 3 years back, culminating in the tallest leader of the entire G23 resigning. He has cited the...
Right, Mosmi Singh, of course, getting us that exclusive conversation.